thank you, like the new lipstick. So I got some really great branding advice. You know, I am always trying, let me get myself together. Some really great branding advice, which was, let me turn the music down, it's getting hype. Which was because, you know, the new website has officially launched. Okay, so guys, go check it out. Let me know what you think. I really love the team that I'm working with, who's building this for me. Sentiment, shout out to them. And I have a whole, like, I have new colors. I have a new logo. The logo's all refined. Everything's looking all, you know, extra juicy. So, but one of the challenges we had was finding photos that went on brand with the color scheme, because a lot of the photos I have, I'm not wearing my brand colors. So, and that's not something I would recommend necessarily to somebody else, but it made it more difficult to build out the website, because we didn't have me in my colors. I was wearing like red and yellow and all of those things, which look great on me, but didn't translate for the website. So, you know, they gave me some really great advice, because I said, listen, I've been looking for clothes in my brand colors, pinks, magentas, those are my, and now I've added coral and some lighter blushes and things like that. Blush you can find, but those colors you can't always find unless it's in the summertime. So they suggested, they were like, well, Monique, what about all of the other things that you wear? And I was like, my lipstick, of course. Where else? Like, it's a perfect place to rock my brand colors. So I'm going out today to find the perfect magenta lipstick and other accessories that can help make photos pop. So that is a great lesson for everybody else who's on here looking to be like, how do I integrate, like streamline my brand? Having your brand color present. And Nicole O'Salmon, you do this awesome. You meet Nicole, she's always wearing salmon, okay? But it makes it harder. It makes it hard to dress for events if you don't have like your wardrobe isn't that. Most of my wardrobe actually is like black. What is this? Red. I'm packing for Afrotech. 2 days, countdown, Afrotech. So anyone who's gonna be in the Bay Area, who's going to be at Afrotech, message me. Okay, all right. It's getting hype. Okay. So, yeah, so they were like, what about all of the other things that you wear? Can't you make those things pink? Like even like the cover for my laptop. I was like, yeah, duh, that makes total sense. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So I teach branding, but I learn from the visual brand artists that are out there who got my back. I love it. I get really stuck in what I like too, because I like reds. I like a red lip, red nails. Oh, they're like fly. But Monique, you're gonna have to give that up for just a little bit so I can pop the pictures, the photos that I take in my colors. I should stop moving around because it's moving the focus of this thing. Okay. Yes, and a mug. They mentioned the mug too. I have my pink mug, but it's not in my pink, so I need to get a new one made. This is my Making Shit Happen mug when I was part of this company. Yes. So I have my pink mug. Yes, I have too many pens. And you guys have seen the cards. Water bottle. Yes, you've seen the card. Oh, this is the old card. Okay, listen. Nicole, you're getting me all distracted, and I ain't doing nothing right. Welcome everyone who's joining. So, my name is Monique Bryan, and right? Pink glasses. I know. I'm thinking about it, but I don't know about the pink glasses. I don't know. I think it'd be a bit much for me. Sunglasses maybe, but not like the everyday glasses. What was I saying? My name. Okay, so I'm Monique Bryan, and I help people with their personal branding. Yes, personal brand coach. C'est moi. That's me. Today, I want to talk about something near and dear to my heart when it comes to business, and that is going to events. Oh my gosh, I've been talking to so many of you guys about going to events and the importance behind going to events. And I'm going to go over my top 5 reasons why it's important to go to events. Because I know for a lot of people, it's something they dread. And for some people, it's really scary if you're an introvert. I know there's some introverts on here. You know who you are. It can be really scary, and having to get dressed, to go to an event, to speak, stand in a room full of strangers, introduce yourself multiple times, and then being like, you know, engaging and interesting and interested in all of the conversations, it can be exhausting for some, grueling for others. And some people get like lit off of it. Like that is their jam. They have no problem doing it, all of that. So I wanted to I know, Nicole, I know. Some of you hate it. And it is vital. It is critical, not only for your personal brand, but for expanding your business if you have one, expanding your reach. So why is that? Why? What is it about it? Okay, so I'm going to go through the 1 through 5. You guys can chime in and let me know. And I want to know, guys, please post it here. What events do you like love going to or you've been to in 2018? We're almost at the end of 2018. I'm putting together my calendar for 2019. If there are events that you're like, yes, Monique, you need to be there, I need you to DM me, put it in the comments. Everybody wants to, because there's so many events, right? There's so many things to choose from. You want to really be like, what's the thing? Where's the place I'm supposed to be going? I don't know. I swear the camera is not as good on the MacBook as it is on the phone. So I'm like looking at myself on Facebook and I'm like, I look insane. And then I'm over here, right? Anyways, that's enough distraction. Okay. So, numero uno reason to attend industry events is to build relationships. Guys, there is an amazing connection and energy that happens when two people are in the same room, when multiple people are in the same room, but there's a connection that happens when you are physically in the same space with someone versus being online with someone. I think we can all agree on that. You can build a relationship a lot faster in person than you can through email or phone conversations and things like that. So if that is like the number one reason, and I don't know if I put these in order of importance, but building relationships is the reason we're at these events, right? It's like, if you need help in your business, if you're looking for mentors, if you're looking for partnerships, if you're looking for clients, if you're looking for new opportunities, you need to go build these relationships, right? There's just so many people out here doing what you're doing, and that's cool. And they're going to choose to work with you based on the relationship they have with you, right? So you definitely, oh, thanks for that, guys. We got Women Thou Art Loosed and Level Up Masterclass with Carlin Purcell. Fabulous. Yes, keep them coming, keep them coming. So number one is building relationships. And there's also something that happens when you shake somebody's hand and when you're looking them in the eye, like, hi, how are you? We've made a decision about that person in those first 3 seconds, right? And that is why, that is why we talk about personal branding so tough over here, right? Because in 3 seconds, someone has decided, what's up, Pamela? Someone has decided who you are. Someone has decided, right? So you want those first 3 seconds, hey, Pat, to mean something, right? So you want your handshake to be nice and firm. Don't be extra. You want to look at the person in their eye. You want to seem genuinely interested for meeting that person, right? So the relationship is formed in those seconds, right? And then you open your mouth. Hey, Wendy, how are you, girl? And then they've decided, you're interesting, or I like you, or I can respect you, or I trust you, all in that 3 seconds. Okay, so building relationships, number one. Number two, if you guys don't have a pen, go get it. Go get it, okay? We are talking about the 5 reasons to attend events. I'm doing 5. We are number 2. Gain credibility. Okay, so people will not always, I am the worst with names, okay? I am so sorry for so many of you who are on here. If I forget your name or your handle isn't your name, that I'm like, it means I haven't seen it enough times for my brain to register that that is your name. But people always remember your face, right? Like, you'll never forget. You see me in these glasses, you ain't never gonna forget. You ain't never gonna forget about these glasses. You'll be like, oh, I know that girl, right? I also have a very identifiable haircut. There's that. But people don't forget faces, but they do forget names. So if you want to gain credibility in the eyes of your industry, your clients, people who buy from you, partnerships you want to do, then they've got to see your face. It's all that know, like, and trust thing. The more they see you, the more they like you. The more they like you, the more they want to work with you or recommend you to work with other people, right? It can fast track your credibility the more you expose yourself, right? You know what I mean? The more exposure you gain, the more you expose yourself to your industry, the faster your credibility will grow, right? Because they're like associating you with what you say that you do. What you say what you do. The more you introduce yourself, the more they're going to be like, yeah, oh yeah, you do that thing that you do. It's also a great way to tell people what it is that you want, right? So when you introduce yourself and you tell people what you do, and then you see them again, and they may ask you something like, oh, well, what's your next step? What's new for you? Like, da-da-da. And you're like, if you say something like, I really want to do speaking. You guys know. Oh, maybe you don't know. Speaking is a big piece that I'm adding to my gotta get it done for 2019, right? I want to do more speaking. I want to meet more people. I want to go to more events, but I want to do more speaking. I don't want to just attend. I attend tons of events. Now I want to give back. I want to be like sharing my expertise, what I know with audiences, workshops and keynotes, things like that. So the more you tell people what it is that you're doing and what it is that you want, the more they see you, the more it will jog their memory. They're like, okay, she wants to do speaking. Oh, there's this event. They may be talking to somebody else when you're not even there. And they're looking for someone. They're like, oh, you know what? I just met somebody at this event who said she really wants to do speaking. You should reach out to her. I can connect you, right? The more you're top of mind for that person, the more likely they're going to refer you, help you. Everybody wants to, really, it's in, like, as human beings, you want to help each other. We really do at the end of the day. But ain't nobody going to help nobody if they don't know what it is you want or you're nowhere to be found, right? Especially if they only see you online. That is not the get to know you. I mean, there's quite a few of you on here that I've met in person, right? It's like a different, Wendy can attest to this, right? Like, it's a different dynamic now that we've met in person and we had our online, like, back and forth, right? Okay, so number 3. So number 1 was building relationships, which is the numero uno. And then 2 is gaining credibility, because people start seeing you more. Number 3 is staying relevant. So industry events are like designed to show you, besides the whole networking and everything, but it's like, it's on trend. It's like what's happening right now, what's current in your industry is happening at your industry events. So if you want to stay in front, like at the forefront of what's happening, you want to be at these events. So when you're working with clients or you're building the next part of your business, you know what's already going on. No one's saying you need to follow all of the trends, but you need to know what they are, so you know what information your audience is getting outside of working with you, right? You don't want to be working with clients. I mean, you could be working with clients, and like, for instance, I'll give you an example. Some people will say to me, I'll talk about hashtags on Instagram, and somebody will say, well, I read so-and-so that you don't need to have 30 hashtags, that you can do a couple. And it's fine. And that you should be using all of the hashtags that are the top in your industry. Now, I get my information from the people who are affiliated with Instagram, who build out tools and things for Instagram users. So I would say, because I stay on top of that, I read the articles, the blogs, I can tell them, well, that's not accurate, that you want to keep your hashtags under 200,000, because otherwise you will not be found with the people who have bigger followings than you, who are have more exposure than you, using the exact same hashtags, right? The other thing is, who am I to argue with the people who actually build out the systems for Instagram? Like, they know what they're talking about. I'm not just like, when I talk about Instagram, I'm not just talking about my own experience. It's knowledge that I've gained from industry knowledge. but I wouldn't be able to coach anybody around their social media if I didn't know those things. So you can read about it, but I mean, I would love to go to a social media event. So that's on my calendar for next year. It keeps you relevant and your client, and it helps you with your credibility, right? So that was number 3. Keeps you relevant on all fronts because you're an expert in your field, but you don't know everything and things change. This world is moving at the speed of light. Okay, so it's moving at the speed of light. You need to be on top of what's new and what's happening. Okay, good. Number 4, new opportunities. The more events you attend, the more possible opportunities that you're exposed to. So for instance, there was an event that I wanted to speak at this year. I contacted the organizers and they were like, we're full for speakers, but we can't wait to see you at the event. Now, this event was not in my city. I wasn't sure if I was going to attend the event, which I don't recommend, okay? I don't recommend all the time. I mean, it's hard because you can't always fly out to an event to just go to the event when you want to speak at the event, right? Because that would mean you would miss it for the full year. But they wanted to know that I've actually experienced their event before they were like, okay, let's speak, even though the people who were on the panel had never experienced their event. But that's another story. That's another thing. That's not the point. The point is, when I went to the event, I got to meet with the organizers and we found another way to work together in a completely different capacity. But had I not been there having a conversation, that opportunity never would have happened, right? And I mean, just a couple of weeks ago, I got to moderate the panel at Blistum, right? For Fab Fashion, the ladies, right? I happened to be there. They had seen me a few times now at different events. We go to the same events, but we really don't know each other that well. Like we haven't, it's not like we've known each other for years, but that's how we interact. Like we know each other. So they were like, yes, Monique, please do this. I wouldn't have had the opportunity had they not known, 1, that's something I did, and 2, that know, like, and trust factor, right? Because I was going to moderate them and they were like, they didn't have to be like, oh my God, I hope she knows what she's doing. I had some people vouching for me and they were like, yeah, Monique can do this, done. So increased opportunities, 100%. What else? You can find new business partner. If you're looking for a business partner, a great place to find it is at industry events. If you're looking for employees, if you're looking for help, mentors, like that is a big piece to being at these events in person, having these conversations. Number five. What's up, Shelly? Welcome. Number 5 is expanding your network. So we talked about business partners, other opportunities, but the bigger your reach, the more exposure of your services you can offer out there, right? So people who invest in these types of events, I find they're more serious about their business, right? Like they're not just like, oh, I do this kind of sort of. The ones who actually invest to go to these events are like, yes, they're about their business, they're doing something, or they're searching for something. They may be searching for what you have because they're looking for those increased opportunities at these events. So the name of the game is to expand your network, expand your reach. And you can expand your network, it's like you don't have to just go to your industry events. You can go to industry events that are affiliated or complement the industry that you're in, right? To expose a completely different group of people to your services. So it doesn't just have to be in your industry. It can be in industries that you think, one, you want to break into, one, you think could use your services. For example, you guys know I'm going to Afrotech, right? So I'm leaving on Wednesday. It's in San Francisco. And some people would say, well, Monique, you don't really do anything in tech. And I'm like, you know what? I don't, but I would like to, and branding crosses all industries, right? Personal branding crosses all industries. And I find a lot of people in tech are kind of dry. So they probably need some help with their personal branding. especially because a lot of people are investing in the face behind the brand versus just the brand and the service that you offer. So I'm going to an industry event that's not necessarily about my industry to expand my network and make those connections. Yes. And it's in San Francisco, and I've never been there, so it's going to be fun. And there's going to have all of these after parties. And I'm not a partier, but when in Rome, you know what I'm saying? Okay, anyways, I'm just getting silly. Yes, but I do find that people who go to industry events are about their business. Hey, everybody who's joining on Facebook. Sorry, I am focused over here on Instagram, but I have not forgotten you. So Andrea, Tajitsi, Lola, Bonnie, welcome, welcome. So we got through the 5. You guys know what they are. If you want the recap, I am going to post it in the feed right after this, so you'll have it. But if there are events that you guys are like, yes, Monique, you got to be there next year, it's so awesome, that I want you to DM them to me. Please DM them to me, because I am filling out the calendar today about that. Hey, Siobhan, welcome. So if you want to catch the recap, please go watch the replay. Otherwise, that's it for today. I ain't gonna bore you anymore because it's Monday. You got work to do. You got to be getting about your business. What else was I gonna say? Friday, I don't know if there's gonna be a live because I'm gonna be in San Fran at this conference. However, Wednesday to Tuesday, guys, be checking out the stories. I'm going to be posting on the stories. You can follow along in this journey with me. Brand Girl going to the tech conference. There's going to be a lot of engineers, developers, Amazon, Dropbox, Stripe, all of these different, and it's Afrotech, so it's own, Blavity. So it's going to be all the Black people are all going to be in one area hanging out, talking business, talking tech. Ooh, it's so exciting. So, yeah. That's where I'm going to be. Thank you. Follow along. And I will let you know if it's something I think you should go to next year. Right? Right. The more events I go to, the more I can tell you about them. That's all I got to say about that. All right. So go have an amazing week. Every day is a blessing. I was going to bitch about the weather, but I'm not going to do that. Because every day is a blessing. Right? Right. Could be could be 10 times worse. Let's just talk about how it's Monday, it's exciting, Monique is going to be wearing new lipstick colors, and if you guys see any pinks, not blush, I'm talking magentas out there, outfits, people wearing them, tag me, because I need to go and get all my brand colors now in my wardrobe, okay? So be tagging me. Enjoy the rest of your week. Thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for when I go live again. If you're not on the email list, I email you half an hour before we go live so you know when to be here. And yeah, get on the list if you ain't on the list.